Man, do you like podcasts? Well then,
welcome to
No Gimmicks Needed!
So, what do you guys want to talk about?
this is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. Real quick, while I both have y'all on here, and I know people have been tired of talking about it. We just haven't talked about it, and people ask my opinion about it. But this Raja Jackson incident that happened, I've heard about it, and I was like, and Prime sent me the video, and I was like, okay. Because at first I wasn't going to watch it. And I was just like, all right, well, let me, for research, because I've had people in the comments say, I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts talking about the Raja Jackson incident. And I'm like, since it's still talked about, we going to steal some of these views and talk about it real quick. So, according to my knowledge, this was something that happened at an event at Knox Pro Wrestling. And Knox Pro Wrestling was co-founded by Rikishi and who was it? Renino Anawani.
I forgot who else.
Yeah. Then he goes by somebody named Black Pro. Like they founded Knox Pro Wrestling, which, by the way, not anymore, was a WWE ID affiliate. And I'm like, so for WWE after this incident ain't got nothing to do with them, so they had lost all that. So for those who don't know, Raja Jackson is the son of Rampage Jackson, and Rampage Jackson now, Q knows his side. Is he still an MMA fighter?
Nah, he's been retired for years.
Yeah. Okay, so apparently, Raja was invited by this wrestler named AJ Manna, who came in, and when they came into like they was live streaming this whole thing. Even like if we had to go back to the beginning before the show, they was live streaming the whole thing, and there was a wrestler.
Oh, they weren't live streaming. Raja was on live streaming, not the company.
Okay, I didn't mean to say. Okay, what I meant to say they was because Raja was live streaming, and also his dad was somewhere live streaming. This is what they do because Rampage found out like in real time when this shit was happening.
Yeah, Rampage is like he's been on this app streaming recently. So because I've been seeing him a lot recently too. So I guess they both been on this app just doing live stuff, taking over the streaming. You know how Kai and down them do the streaming stuff. So I guess they trying to do their own version of that, but they do this app called Kick.
Yeah, the Kick. Yeah. So, to my knowledge, there was a wrestler by the name of SYKO STU who was backstage, and he walks up to Raja, and he, staying in character and stuff like that, he smashes him in the face with this beer. And they start breaking up, like holding them back. Now, apparently, SYKO STU thought that he was a wrestler. Raja's not a wrestler. I don't even think he likes wrestling. Don't even probably watch wrestling.
Raja's not a wrestler, which is correct. I just want everybody to know. Raja's not a wrestler, but he's backstage at a wrestling show with all these cameras where none of the audience, nobody's there, and he's not a big name. I don't want to say he's a nobody, but he's not nobody that should be having his own cameraman streaming this and not nobody think nothing of it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not taking a side. I'm just saying, like, when you a wrestler, you probably get to the venue and they're like, "Hey, you fight him today." You don't even know who this dude is. It be like that in these shows. That's all I'm saying.
Oh no! I mean, you're absolutely right. But now, when SYKO STU, who his real name, is Stuart Smith, he goes back over and apologizes. Like he thought he was part of the show. He was back there seeing all the camera stuff like that, and Raja's reluctant at first, but then he eventually shakes his hand and is like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. You think it's dead. You think it's done. Well, Raja's out there, and he is live streaming, and then of course the people on his live stream are egging this whole thing on. And I was just like, don't do that. And then AJ Manna is telling you know, Raja to get a receipt on SYKO STU. If you're not a wrestler and you're not in the wrestling business, do you truly know what the term "get a receipt" is? So,
nope.
This kid is getting egged on, and then all of a sudden, because they try to turn this into an angle like it's part of the show now. Well, then Raja jumps in there, and he body slams SYKO STU, and literally beats the shit out of him almost to death. He got 22 unprotected headshots, and he's just on top of this man, wailing. And I'm just sitting like, and okay, now people can say what they want to say. The ref is in there. I'm like, if this was UFC, like, and Q know, because he watched UFC, after the second punch, that ref is in there breaking that shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he gets to the first punch, you know what I'm saying? He breaking that shit up. Like, he putting his whole body in there. That ref is in there scared to death, and he's just like, well,
that ref is standing there.
I'm gonna be honest though. I'm not trying. I'm not defending the ref. But if you see somebody getting their ass whooped and you try to break it up, you might think you next. So the ref probably got a little bit scared.
That come with the job, bro.
That come with the job. But they paying you $35 and you might fucking not wake up for the next week.
But there's also a way to protect. I'm just like, it's not even a fact that.
All right, wait. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be like
sure
on his side of the thing. But do you think that ref could have even pulled off Roger Jackson if he wanted?
Okay, look, I don't think that ref could have probably pulled him off. But even an attempt to stop can also stop if you the man's getting back to back punch like
Yeah.
Even if he just
the other dude tried to stop and he couldn't stop, so I was like, okay.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I'm not going to grab him I'm not going to grab Raja by his arm or anything. I will literally, the thing I would have to do if I'm a ref, I'm throwing because after it's like he could even think it was a work, but literally after the third punch, I'll even give it to the third punch. You know that there's something wrong here, and once again, this is like Q did say, this is your job. And we are in the wrestling business. And then, like Mike Chioda said in interviews before, man, you gotta protect these guys because and you know what the business is. I'm throwing my body. I'm tackling him. I'm going to try to run and do something to prevent the other 20 or 19 more shots coming to this man's head. To the point where because somebody got to do it, and then another wrestler came in there to pull him off, and pulls the unconscious, like he pulled him off. He's unconscious. The man ain't even protected himself no more. He don't even know what the hell going on. Hell, the body slam alone looked like it knocked him loopy. And this kid is just going nuts. And yet for some reason, I don't know who the wrestler was, sits down there and still tries, covers SYKO STU like the match is still going on. I'm like, are we fucking for real right now? This man could now the version that Prime sent me, his face was covered, like they blurred out the face because they would, but there's blood coming from this man's head. This is attempted murder. That's what this shit is. And this is the one thing I hate about clubs and gangs and shit like that. And when I use the term clubs and gangs, it's like the blue wall with police officers, right? Or it's like things with the rest of we gotta protect the business. No, you don't. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. That's how it should be. And Mark Henry, you come and talk out the side of your ass for the shit that he was saying. RVD, you come out this and coming out on the side of your ass talking shit that you saying. And I'm like, listen, context is everything. Because once again, RVD, try to say some shit, to help probably get some views on his channel, and was like, hey, and then try to backtrack it. Because all he was saying was, listen, I can understand that if somebody come and hit me with a beer, how upset I would be. I'm just like, bro, y'all know. If the man sat there and apologized and said, I'm sorry, this was going on. Like, you don't do shit like that. And for those people that are trying to protect the business or even protect Rikishi, or because this is his one of his promotions, you know, that right there. Because first of all, Rikishi got a lot of shit to say, but he ain't say shit about this.
He ain't say nothing. Mm-hmm. Always want to criticize WWE. Ain't got shit to say about this.
He been radio silent. So WWE has it ain't even quietly removed themselves from this shit. The WWE has removed themselves from this.
And if I'm a wrestler in that company, I'm pissed because, like,
I'm listening.
If I'm a wrestler in that company, I'm pissed because, like, bro, that's the opportunity. Like, them WWE ID opportunities, they don't come like that, man.
They don't.
And now it's gone because y'all wanted to let some fly shit go. Like, nah.
Now there are talks about some of the talent that's in this company that were saying that whoever is the heads of this company they're telling them not to talk to police or anybody to try to figure out like investigating this thing, and they should come to them first for consulting. I said, in other words, let me cover my ass. Now this happening in California, I don't necessarily I don't necessarily know what the law is in California, for this, but I did read something that at most he'll probably get battery because can they prove with intent that he was trying to murder this guy? But it's kind of hard to say that if he's punched this man over and over and over and over again, when he's clearly unconscious and cannot fight back, and you don't stop, that could be like a clear motive, like, I'm trying to end this guy. And apparently, Raja is not. He's been going through some mental things also. I don't know necessarily what's going on with him, but this was not good, and it was a situation that was clearly handled poorly. Like, once again, now SYKO STU is at the hospital. I read that his family said he's doing better. He was in stable but critical condition, and once again, we still don't even know what the damages are from this attack moving forward in the future. We don't know if there could be a brain bleed from this or whatever that they try to do. That, however, how much can he function after this? We don't know. But when I was just hearing about it, I was like, this shit is insane. And what makes me even more upset, what makes me even more mad, what makes it more is that when you have certain wrestlers that I look up to, or think I respect about, or just a fan of, that say stupid shit to try to protect the business. That bothers me. I'm just like, when does your moral compass kick in? For us as human beings, because look, let's just be real. We all have somebody, someone, or something that we look up to, or that we are fans of, or that is like we want to protect. We have friends that we will protect. We have family members that we will protect. We have co-workers that we will want to protect. And sometimes, especially in a lot of things, people go above and beyond to try their best to protect them because of who these people are. But when does the moral line come in? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When does that moral line for all of us? Because everybody can sit there who listens to this podcast and be like, well, this is what I would have did. But in that situation, you really don't know what you would have did. And there's people that want to sit there and defend for Raja. I'm like, you have to take a serious look in the mirror. Because when does your moral complex kick in? To the point where it's just like, I need to protect the business because this man could have died. And first of all, it just looks bad on the business for y'all even letting him in there. When this young guy clearly don't know what the fuck he's doing. And then on top of that, you're antagonizing him. Like, wow, like, don't Don't do that. And I'm just like, do y'all really want to see at the table that fucking bad to sit there and protect bullshit like this?
Right.
And it really be making, and then on top of that, because you know it be really be bothering me. You know, I'm just like, you know, like the Mark Henry and RVD shit, like the stuff they say out their mouth, it be bothering the fuck out of me. I'm like, y'all, because y'all should know better than that. And then on top of that, then especially when you deal with men, when people call you out on your bullshit, your pride kick in. Because ain't nobody gonna talk to me or disrespect a grown ass man like that. So then on top of that, you do dumb shit and be like, I'm, you know, standing 13 toes down on this. So, and I'm just like, you know, you need to. It's okay to be like, I fucked up. It's okay to be like, I'm sorry. You know, the shit I said out of my mouth was wrong. And no matter how you slice it, no matter what part of the book you open up, he's wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, black people have been mistreated since damn near the dawn of time. Okay, and in my power, I wanted to defend for my people any way I could. Whether it be on my platform on this podcast, whether it be out in the street, whether it be with my family, whether it be with my friends when they are encounter racism, any kind of injustice or classism or anything, homophobia, I'm going to do my best to defend and use my knowledge to do what I can to protect and to help them. But my God, if they in the wrong, like morally, if they just wrong, I'm like, I can't do that. And once again, Raja, black guy, I can't protect him on this shit. He wrong. You don't. Look, I don't know who SYKO STU is, and I don't know anything about this guy. But for that incident right there, you should have did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I say shit that time. Raja shouldn't beat him down like that. And on top of that, if the man goes back and apologizes to you, that makes it even worse. And y'all egging him on like that. That's irresponsible, especially of the business.
Very.
Yeah, and I was just like, you know, and because I was sitting there reading the Mark Henry comments stuff like that, and then he mad people was calling him out, and once again when people are angry, and you're angry, then they start calling you things, and you start fighting back on that, and the next thing you know, the argument is not even about what it's really about.
Right. Mark Henry he tends to put his foot in his mouth a lot on these podcasts. Stop giving these guys a podcast, man.
That's a good thing. And also, Mark Henry is from the old school. All right, and a lot of old school cats, hell, you know, my dad be that way sometimes, is that they will say stuff, and especially at the side of the neck, and they know they wrong about it, but their pride ain't gonna let them admit that, and they rather put the foot in their mouth and deal with the consequences later, and then sitting there admitting that they were sitting there wrong. Yeah, and then once again, people was upset about what Mark Henry said, and then they decided to start calling him a racist. And then, so how does Mark Henry fight back to that? Mark Henry says, you know, the usual thing that black people say, that we can't be racist because there's no power in that, because, you know, white folks ain't going to understand that. But neither here or there, Mark, he's wrong. The end. And once again, now since Mark Henry's mad because he feel like he's disrespected, he's out here saying, I'm making zero apologies. And it's like, here we go again. It gets lost in it gets lost in translation. And now you got people hating on you that it's like, bro, it don't even need to be this way. I hate when people do that and they get mad. You know, you got the right to make your opinion, and then but there's no freedom of consequences what happened like that. And people are thinking like Roger should be locked up. He should be. But I think, he's still up on Instagram and doing and on Kick, I think, and live stream and stuff like that. Like, and it's just another day. But I don't know what's gonna happen to that company. I don't know what's gonna happen to Rikishi with that company, because like I said, he been silent on the whole thing. But bruh, it's a very unfortunate situation that was held very irresponsible.